Alright, this is my second attempt. Something happened last time. Hopefully this works. Module 1, Lesson 14, Homework Help. We're doing division. This is just an example of how to do it with the place value chart. We did it a couple times in class. Sorry it's already done, but hopefully you see that there are answers right here and how it's connected. We have 12 that we crossed out here. So we subtracted 12. We crossed out 12 here, so we subtracted 12 here when we passed them out. And over here we only subtracted 4, so there's 4 here. And here's our answer, 6 is here and a 2 there. So the kids need to do it with the algorithm. So the first thing I tell them is they should do the skip counting of the divisor. So I already did the skip counting since I've already done this problem. Now we're going to look at the 6 and we're going to divide it by 5. So the closest thing to 6 without going over is 5. So we are going to take the 5. We're going to subtract the 5. And we're going to put a 1 in the quotient. And then the decimal just moves up. Okay, again, I'm going really fast because I've already done this and I have to go to my second job. Alright, now we bring down the 4, which is in the tenths. So now we have 14 tenths. The closest one to it is 15. Not 15, it's over. It has to be less than 14. So 10 is less than 14, we have to use the 10. And a 2 goes on the top. How do I know 2? Because it says right here, right next to the 10 that I used, there's a 2. And when I skip counted, it was the second one that I counted. So now I bring down my 5, and now I have 45 hundredths. And the closest to 45 hundredths is actually 45. So I am going to subtract the 45, which will give me 0. And I will be putting the 9. No, it's not letting me do the 9. I'll duplicate the 9 over here. Yeah. Best laid plans, right? Alright, there we go. So that 9 goes right there. Alright, so that's an example. Our answer is 1 and 29 hundredths. We'll do another example. This one's with the 6's, which is a problem that you have in class. Please remember that we're not going to worry about the 1. We can put a 0 there, but we don't need to. We're going to look at it as a whole 1. 17 right here. Closest one is 18. And we need to go lower. So it's 12 actually. So we're going to use our 12. And subtract. And because we used the 12, we're going to do the 2 in our quotient. Alright, and there's our decimal right there. Then we're going to bring down our 3, and we have 53. What's the closest to it? We have 54, but that's over, so we're going to need to use the 48. So we need to use a 48, and we're going to subtract that. And that gives us 5. Okay, and we are going to put in the quotient next to the 48 there's an 8. So we're going to take that 8 and we're going to put it right up there. Alright, now we're bringing down our 4 and we're making 54, and we know that there's a 54 right there, so we're going to use 54. Where's that 54, Mr. Valdemar? It's right here. Okay, and it's a 9, so we're going to take that 9, put that in our quotient. Alright, now we're going to bring down our 6. It doesn't matter. Okay, and our 6 is closest to 6, so we are going to use our skip counting of 6 to subtract. We get a 0 there, and we are going to use the 1 in our quotient. So our answer here is 2 and 891 thousandths. So the skip counting right here is going to help you with one of the problems that you have in class. So please make sure you use it. Or excuse me, for your homework. All right, so here we have Miss Nguyen used 1 48/100 meters of netting to make 4 identical mini hockey goals. How much netting did she use per goal? All right, our problem is 1 48 divided by 4. I can show that in a picture. I have 4 nettings, and the total is 1 48 meters, and we need to find out what's in the middle. So 1 48 divided by 4. We cannot do anything with the 1, so we're going to put a 0 right there, and now we're going to treat it as 14. So we have 14 tenths. Closest one is our 12, so we're going to use 12. Oops, too small. So I'm going to write it. And we have 12. We're going to subtract, and we're going to use our 3 that's next to it in our quotient. Now we're going to bring down the 8. And we have 28. All right, and you see that 28 is right here. So we're going to subtract 28. We get 0, and we're going to use the 7 that's right next to it. In our quotient. All right, so our answer is she used 37/100 meters per goal. All right, so I have my picture. So I drew something. I have my equation. I wrote my equation. I solved it, and then I wrote my statement. Hopefully that's helpful. Today's word, bonus word. Talk. All right.